So we'll start nurturing a realistic ambition. So all of you have ambition in your life, right? Every one of you have. So I think all of you have heard, kids are not there, I think, in this, let me see. Yeah, all are grown up only. So you all have heard of the topic ambition. All of you have ambition in your life as well. Yeah, ambition, or in other words, aim, goal. You all have goal in your life. If I ask children, they sometimes set goals or ambition, like, if we ask children, they say, okay, I want to become a doctor or engineer. In our time, if we ask any child, they say, I want to become a doctor or an engineer, nothing else. All want to become that. But now the trend is changing. They have their own thinking, and world view is larger now. So the thinking is changed. Now not we cannot even hear engineer or doctor. They have different ambition. Youngsters have their own set of ambitions. The important thing is, we all must have an ambition or goal in our life. It can be short term or long term goal, but whatever it may be, we must have a goal. The important thing is, our goal must be realistic and specific. That is the important thing, because our goal must be realistic. You all might have heard of the story of egg seller. How many of you have heard of the story of egg seller? None of you? Oh Lord. ആരും കേട്ടിട്ടില്ലേ എഗ് സെല്ലറിന്റെ സ്റ്റോറി?
No.
Oh, Delma, what about you?
No, Andy.
I thought all kids might have studied this, and this. Okay, I'll tell you that story. Egg seller. There was an egg seller. Okay, so this Nisi is Georgie or Grace? Who is that?
Nisi.
Okay. Nisi, you haven't heard of this egg seller story?
പൊന്മുട്ടയിടുന്ന താറാവാണെ കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്.
അതല്ല, ഒരു egg seller.
Okay.
So once there was an egg seller, while he was going to market for selling the eggs. Okay, so during his journey, while he was walking, he was just carrying the eggs on his top, on his head. So he was going and he was thinking about, like, I will go to the market, I will sell this egg, I will get this much money. From that money, I will buy some hens, and the hens will again give me more eggs, and I'll hatch these eggs. And all this he was imagining. Yeah. So he forget about the circumstances, and he was just dreaming. It's like daydreaming. So ambition and daydreaming, that's what I said. It must be realistic. So he was daydreaming, like, then I will become rich, and I'll sell all these eggs, and I'll become rich, and then I'll build a huge house. I'll marry. My children will run in my garden. And suddenly he hit on a rock, a small rock, and then he slipped, and all the eggs got broken. See, it was not realistic. And he had very few eggs, and he was forgetting about the circumstances and concentrating on the dream. So all his dreams got shattered. It was not realistic. We should not be like that. First, we have to set our goal. It should be realistic and achievable. It has to be achievable. Like, if I am thinking, now just imagine that. Okay, Nisi is a scientist. She can think like, I have to make a project to reach moon or something like that. She can plan and she can do that. But it just Imagine I am doing God service. Now I am thinking, okay, I'll compete with this ISRO people. I am going to make another Chandrayaan, like I am going to make another one. So just imagine, it's not realistic. Yeah. So our aim should be, or our goal should be realistic. It should be achievable. Then we have to plan for it. For all endeavors, we need planning. That's a must. Even in our studies or job, household activities, whatever it may be, we need planning. Planning is essential for both small as well as big tasks. Whether it is even our cooking procedure, you may be thinking that, oh, what is cooking? But if you plan accordingly, you can save much time. It's like that. So every small or big task need planning. I'll show you the next slide. See, first thing, we have to set a goal. Now, our life, we should have a goal. So set that goal. As I said, a realistic and achievable goal you set. Whether it is in spiritual matters, or it is in physical matters, or in our domestic matters, whatever it may be, you set a goal. I have to do this. Then plan accordingly. Yeah. So to achieve that goal, you need a planning. Then, you have to work on it. Get to work. This is the basic principle of achieving a goal. So get to work. Work in the sense, like, a single person can do a small, if it is a small task, a single person can do. If it's a big task, you have to find uh, a team of people, because then only you can achieve that task. So whatever be that, you have to plan and accumulate the essential resources. If it is team project, find the team members. Individual project, find out resource person who can be your mentor. So even if it is in spiritual matter or your work matter, whatever, it's good to have a mentor. So be careful while selecting a mentor. He should be a resourceful person, and he should lead you in a correct manner. Otherwise, you will end up in a drastic situation. But while so that's the thing. By choosing a mentor, you should be very careful. Then find friends who can help you with, then start doing it. Once you start doing the project, stick on to it. And whatever be the situation, proceed. Then you can succeed. Finally, you will reach your goal. This is the basic principle of achieving goal. Now we will see the biblical perspective of achieving a goal. Okay. Next, we will see that. Yeah, in the Bible, there are several principles and teachings that can guide individuals in achieving their goals. Whatever we have seen in the previous slide, that 6 things are applicable in the biblical perspective also. But the number one, that is the first and foremost thing, is seeking God's will. Yeah, before setting a goal. So it's nothing like, it can be and in our instinctive mind, like you can develop in your mind itself. Some people, some children, you see, whenever, even if they are small, they have some ambition in their life. I have to become like this. They work on it, and they plan for that, and they find some resources for that. See, that is their from their mind, like instinctive, they are getting that. Some people get from external influence, like if you read some biographies, or if you read Bible, or you hear some messages, then due to that external influence also, you will have a ambition in your life, or a goal in your life. So whatever be that, whether it is external instinct or internal instinct, whatever be the case, as it's written in Proverbs chapter 16 verse 3, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So whatever goal we have, first bring that into God's presence. Ask God for his guidance, Lord. Whether so we are going into the spiritual realm. Okay, so the basic principles we have seen, that 6 steps is enough for a ordinary project. But for our thing is not only based on the worldly pattern, that worldly pattern has to combine with the biblical perspectives. So now we have to commit our goal or whatever ambition to the hands of God. So this verse, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. So God will establish your plans. This emphasizes the importance of aligning our goals with God's will and seeking his guidance in all our endeavors. Whatever we do, you have to see God's will. If it is God's will, rest God will take care. Okay. So how I am going to do this is like, we will take an example from book of Nehemiah. You know who was Nehemiah. So I'm not going to talk about who was Nehemiah and all, because you all know that. Okay. So in book of Nehemiah, you can see Nehemiah got a news. So it's an external instinct. See, not internal, because it's not just like that it came out of his mind. It's an external news he is hearing, and he is reacting with mourning and prayer. See, God's will. Nehemiah, Nehemiah, the book of Nehemiah, chapter 1, verse 3 to 4, you can see that. Thus said to me, those who came from exile, they told, or those who survived the exile, they came and told Nehemiah that those who survived the exile and are back in the province are in great trouble and disgrace. The wall of Jerusalem is broken down, and its gates have been burned with fire. When I heard these things, I sat down and wept. For some days I mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. See, he heard a news about the condition of Jerusalem, the broken walls, the condition of the broken walls. So he felt very sad. Okay. And then what he did, suddenly he didn't say that, okay, we'll go and we'll do the work. He didn't say that. Okay. For some days, he took some days, and he have access to the king. Say he is a powerful person in that place, but he didn't അങ്ങ് എടുത്തങ്ങ് ചാടിയില്ല. He didn't jump to a conclusion. He just for some days he mourned and fasted and prayed before the God of heaven. So he was asking God for his guidance. See, even if it is a physical matter, I mean, even if it is spiritual matter, he didn't jump to that matter. What he said, he see God guidance and favor. In Nehemiah chapter 1:11, you can see, Lord, let your ear be attentive to the prayer of this your servant and to the prayer of your servants who delight in revering your name. Give your servant success today by granting him favor in the presence of this man. Now he is seeking the favor of God. See, in our situation also, if for whatever be the situation, if it is external instinct or internal instinct, if we have a goal in front of us, just sit in the presence of God. Ask God, Lord, is it God's will for me to proceed with this goal or to proceed with this matter? Whatever be the case, whether it is your studies or your in your workplace, if you get it, or a new task you are going to take, or your marriage matter, whatever in life situation, any of the life situation, you just go to God. Okay, don't just jump into conclusions. Just go to God, sit, pray, take some time, and see God's guidance. He will correctly guide you how to proceed with it. Just see God's guidance. So setting the in a physical perspective, we see that setting a goal. So first, before setting a goal, in our spiritual perspective, we have to take that goal into your mind and see God's will, whether to proceed it or not. Then the next step is, see, wisdom and planning. We have seen that, yeah, planning is the second step. First, setting the goal, then plan for it. We can see that in Proverbs chapter 21, verse 5. It advises us the plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty. See, the plans of the diligent. So we have to have wisdom and we have to have a planning for whatever we are going to do. So wisdom, why I mentioned wisdom, because we need God's wisdom to do or achieve something in our life. Because humanly wisdom and God's wisdom is always contradictory to each other. So sometimes we will not understand uh, the God's ways are without God's wisdom. So just ask for wisdom. God, how will I do this? How will I? Uh, how can I achieve this? Yeah. Then see God's wisdom first. He will give you how to plan it. So before planning, you just see God's wisdom. Pray to God. Yeah. And then as we can see Bezalel, God, when I was reading this Deuteronomy and all, no, the planning of all this tabernacle, I used to wonder, Lord, how to make all these things. You have to keep this much pomegranate there, you have to keep this bell here, you have to keep that there. See, all many complicated, small things are there to make such a tabernacle to dwell, God, to make a dwelling place for God. Yes, so how he will do this? I used to wonder how the people will do this. Then only I read that portion. Then only that many times I read, but while I was thinking this, only that portion clicked on me. Like, Bezalel, God gave Bezalel, God filled Bezalel with the wisdom to do all these things. See, God Himself gave the plan, and God Himself gave the wisdom to all these things. So before planning, just ask God to fill us with His wisdom, whatever be the cases. If it's a small thing, if it's a big thing, whatever, just ask God. Even if it is in your marriage life, just ask God. Or you are going to marry, just ask God, Lord, how will I proceed? How will I do this? Or you are going to do a project, or you are going to study. Just ask God to fill you with His wisdom. Then, without much hardship, you can achieve that plan. So the plans of the diligent lead to profit. Then we'll see developing a plan and strategy, how Nehemiah have done this. So we are going in with the book of Nehemiah and materialistic things and biblical things together. So we see how this plan Nehemiah have done. Nehemiah chapter 2, verse 11 to 16, you can see. 11 to 16. Nehemiah chapter verse 2. Verse 11 to 16. I'll read it for you. I went to Jerusalem, and after staying there 3 days, I set out during the night with a few men. I had not told anyone what my God had put in my heart to do for Jerusalem. There were no mounts with me except the one I was riding on. See, God gave him wisdom, and he kept what he is going to do, how he is going to plan. He kept that in secret. Sometimes, no, you should not reveal everything to others. Many people are, that's what in the beginning itself, I told you, whenever you are finding a mentor or friendship, you have to be very careful about it. Yeah, many of the people, they cry with you in your sorrows, but many of them can't laugh with you or share your happiness. That's very difficult. If you achieve a goal, or if you are you reach a point where they can't reach, automatically envy or jealous came into their mind, and they will you can't imagine how they behave to you. So be careful with that. Don't disclose all your achievements. You can very well, you can share in the church of God. That's another thing. I'm talking about worldly terms. Don't see, in Nehemiah, he got a plan, and after staying there 3 days, I set out during the night with a few men. I had not told anyone what my God had put in my heart. So when it is he is going to do that, he didn't share it. But after reaching the place, after accumulating everything, after finding out the resource person, then only he revealed how he is going to do it. Then by night, I went out through the valley gate toward the Jackal well and dung gate, examining the walls of Jerusalem, which had been broken down, and its gates, which had been destroyed by fire. Then I moved on towards the fountain gate and the king's pool, but there was not enough room for my mount to get through. So I uh, went up the valley by night, examining the wall. Finally, I turned back and re-entered through the valley gate. See, he has specific strategies. The officials did not know where I had gone or what I was doing, because as yet I had said nothing to the Jews or the priests or nobles or officials or any others who would be doing the work. See, before, it is like it is conceiving in his mind. With the help of God, he is planning. And he didn't disclose his secrets. He didn't disclose the plans God has given to him to anybody else. Why? Because sometimes people can't understand, or people can't cope up with the plan of God. So he was silent. All this time he was just going and seeing the walls and what is happening. See, he was doing everything in secret. Then Nehemiah inspects the wall secretly, formulating his plan. See, now he is formulating his plan with the wisdom of God. Then Nehemiah chapter 2, 17 to 18, you can see. Then I said to them, you see the trouble we are in. Jerusalem lies in ruins. Now he is coming to the point. Now he is disclosing his goal to his fellow workers. And its gates have been burned with fire. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace. I also told them about the gracious hand of my God on me and what the king had said to me. Now only he is disclosing about all these things happen. Yeah. They replied, let us start rebuilding. So they began this good work. See, now they are going to do the good work. Now they all, see, as a team, they are going to start rebuilding. So that is the planning strategy. Now, the next one is hard work and diligence. See, whichever work you undertake, whatever you do it in your full effort. Like, God doesn't like passive workers. You have to be very active, be diligent to that, and do hard work. See, you do your work, you do your part. Rest, God will take care. In Proverbs 14:23, you can see all hard work brings a profit. See, our hard works will not be in vain. God, uh, what to say? God admires, or God values our hard work. But mere talk leads only to poverty. See, this teaches the importance of putting in effort and being diligent in pursuing your goals. See, we have many people, they'll say, okay, I'll do that. I have seen many business people, okay, I'll start one business here, I'll start one business there. And they have hundreds of things at a time in their mind. Nothing will work out. Eh? Just take one at a time. Eh? Then do it diligently, work hard for it to achieve it. And then we'll see the things with Nehemiah. how he had worked hard and how he did it diligently. See, mobilizing resources and people. Now, next, what he did is he mobilized the people because it's a teamwork. He cannot construct a wall by himself. So first he obtained permission, then he collected the resources and the authority from King Artaxerxes. Okay, so he got the permission from the king and he got resources from him and he started doing. Now he is proceeding to his work. Now in 18, chapter 2, 18, you can see they replied, let us start rebuilding. So they see, they themselves, the team members are telling, not the team leader. The team members are telling, so let us start rebuilding. That is the quality of a leader. He just impart knowledge or he just impart his plans to the team members, and then they themselves will say. Otherwise, no, the team members will think, okay, let him do. That is his plan. Yeah, let him find out some resource or let him do. Now, it's not the leader's plan. The leader has delivered the plan to their mind, and now they are telling, let us start rebuilding. Okay. Then, as we saw in the first slide, next one is perseverance. That is, stick on to it. We have to stick on to the work we have undertaken. You can see that in James chapter 1, verse 2 to 4. This encourages believers to consider trials as opportunities for growth. See, whether it is achieving a goal or our life, whatever it may be, we have to face challenges. Or if it is in Christian life, we have to face persecutions. Or, sometimes hurdles are there. Everywhere hurdles are there. But we have to overcome these hurdles. So in James chapter 2 to 4, it's saying, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. In our life journey, we will face many challenges. Okay, it's not like it's a bed of roses. Don't think like that. Life is not bed of roses. You take each one's life, the biblical characters, or you take those who achieve something in the world, or you take any great man of God, whoever it may be. They have life challenges in their journey. So what James is telling, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds. It's not only one type. Depending on the situation, it's change. So because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. So whenever we are tested, whenever we get hurdles, so we are becoming stronger and stronger in life aspects or in spiritual aspects. We will become, in spiritual aspects, in each hurdle, we will become more closer to Jesus, or more Christ-like character will be revealed in our life. Okay, so it's telling not lacking anything. So let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature. We can mature only through trials and temptations, and complete, not lacking anything. This perspective suggests that challenges are part of the journey towards achieving goals. So when we are going to achieve something, so challenges are there, and perseverance through them leads to maturity and fulfillment. So we need to stick on it. Don't give up. See, whenever trials comes or persecutions comes or difficulties come, it's very easy to give up. No, I can't do it. That's very simple, and you relax. Yeah. So it's not like that. Don't give up. Don't give up. Yeah. So through the hurdles, I know a student, my student. She's a Hindu, but she's a Christian believer. When we were in college, she used to attend the prayer meeting. She got baptized, but now she is living as a Hindu, but in a Christian belief. So she have undergone many surgeries, and the sad part is, like, after completing her BTech, she directly got married, because she had a lover, and they got married with many obstacles. She disobeyed her parents and to that person, and then finally what happened is, they got divorced. And then she had many problems. She underwent depression. She could not even come out from her depression, and then, like, she had to go through many, her knee dislocated, and one surgery over, and another surgery, like, surgeries after surgeries, 3 or 4 surgeries she had to undergo. Then finally, what I'm going to tell is, then she is in depression. Then in this depression, she is a God-fearing child of God. Then she started praying to God, Jesus, not her this pagan gods and all. She started praying to Jesus. Then she said, Lord, now in this situation, I don't have my husband. She have one girl child. I have to survive in this world. I cannot depend on my parents. She joined MTech. She joined MTech, and she got through this gate only, like, not through any other management course and all. But the problem is, that time only she got paralyzed. Just imagine, after surgeries, then some mistake had happened. She got paralyzed. Her just this left, I believe it is left side. Her left side, complete left side, got paralyzed. She was bedridden for 2 years. That is the time she is supposed to be in the university. This NIT. He was what to do. Then you know what she did? In her that bedridden stage, paralytic stage, she prayed and started studying for the MTech. Just imagine, for MTech, she started studying. She was preparing. She was telling me, ma'am, I madly studied to avoid my depression. I don't want to think about anything in this world. I don't want to think about my married life. I don't want to think about my depressed stage now. I just madly started studying. Studying is like, depressed for study. It's like that. So she studied, and what happened? Finally, she got. Then the university said, you cannot write your exams because you didn't attend the classes. She filed a case, and based on her previous achievements, the university gave an exception, and he wrote the exam. She got first. She got first rank. Just imagine, a bedridden patient got first rank. And then she did her PhD now. Now she's a PhD holder and working as a professor. She herself, she brought us 5 or 10 cents land and constructed a house. She is well to do now. Her girl is grown up, and she is working in techno park, info park. See, that's the thing, and a depressed girl. So what I'm telling is, hurdles comes, a testing comes, difficulties comes. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can see n number of people. They have gone through many struggles, but with the help of God, they could achieve. Okay, we will see how Nehemiah achieved that. Now, what is the strategy of Nehemiah? Facing opposition and overcoming challenges. Nehemiah chapter 4, verse 7 to 9. Nehemiah faces opposition from surrounding enemies, but remains resolute. See, he remains in his resolution. Then in 13 to 14, we can see, therefore, I stationed some of the people behind the lowest points of the wall at the exposed places, posting them by families with their swords, spears, and bows. See, even while they were working, now you can say, I don't have time to explain all these things based on Nehemiah's book, but even when they were constructing the wall, they were carrying weapons. See, they're facing their uh, trials. Just imagine, they are carrying weapons and constructing the wall. How much struggles they had gone through, but still they didn't give up. Yeah, they proceeded, maintaining determination and focus. In Nehemiah 6:3, you can see. So I send messages. What is the context of this is, like, this Sanballat and Tobiah, they send messengers to Nehemiah and told him to come for a reconciliation, or to come for a talking. But he was not ready for that. See, he's telling, so I send messengers to them with this reply: I am carrying on a great project and cannot go down. He was sticking on to his project. Whatever be the situations, enemies come and they challenge us. Whatever be the situation, he said, see, I am carrying on a great project and cannot go down. That means we are under whatever the small thing or big thing, that time it is a big task for us. Even if it is small one, that time it's a big task. Yeah, so don't distract from your goal. Yeah, why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you? See, for that time, he doesn't want to leave that work and go for at least for 1 hour. He doesn't want to go for or for one day. He doesn't want to take a leave. He want to stick on to his work. Yeah, then faith and trust. As Christians or as believers, this is a most and essential thing in our life: faith and trust in God. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 to 6, we can see, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, submit to him, and he will make your path straight. See, this gives you the importance of trusting in God. Sometimes, we feel that, oh no, this I can do by myself. What is the need of trusting in God or asking God to guide me? This I can easily do it. But whether it is an easy thing or it's a big task, don't rely on your own understanding. In all your ways, that's what the Bible says, in all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. He will give you success. Trusting in God and acknowledging his sovereignty over your life can provide strength and assurance as you work towards your goals. See, trusting in God and acknowledging his sovereignty, who God is. So acknowledging that in our life, that will provide strength to us, and you can achieve a goal. Okay. Then completion of this task. We are going in terms with Nehemiah's work. Okay. See, in chapter 6, verse 15 to 16, you can see that. So the wall was completed on the 25th of Elul in 52 days. Just imagine, that big wall was reconstructed within a span of 52 days. When all our enemies heard about this, all the surrounding nations were afraid and lost their self-confidence. See, they all were have confidence in themselves. They had the self-confidence. But here it is saying, when the wall was finished in 52 days, see, within no time, we can say that within no time they completed the task, because they realized that this work had been done with the help of our God. See, if God arises for some situation, or God is with us, don't get panic. He knows, our God knows how to do that, how to complete it, and he will give us the strength to achieve our goal. See, when we achieve our goals, even enemies can't stand before us, because if God, as Bible says, if God is for us, who can be against us? Such a sovereign God is with us in whatever be the situation. Humans cannot help us in all the situations, but God is there to help us. God is there to ready to help us. As I always say, like, this Kurishadi, like in Catholic churches, that Christ, uh, that what to say, statue is there. See, he was holding his hand like this. Yeah, holding his hand like whoever is there, whoever is comes under that hand, he'll bless. It's like that he's holding his hand. So if God is there to bless us, if God is there to help us, who will be against us? Yeah, that is that we should have that assurance in us. So, as in a conclusion, we can say overall, the biblical perspective on achieving goals emphasizes the importance of aligning our plans with God's will. See, aligning our plans, whatever goal we have to align that with God's will, working diligently. That's our part. We have to work diligently for that, persevering through challenges. Challenges should not bring us down. Each challenge, we have to consider it as a stepping stone to the success. Each failure, we have to consider it as a stepping stone to success. Seeking wisdom from above and trusting in God's guidance and provision along the way. Trust God completely. And whatever be the situation, you give it in God's hand. As I told you, a paralytic girl can achieve a first rank or a PhD. Then now she's all right. Okay. Now that after 2 years, she got completely healed and now she's a normal lady. Okay. See, Nick Jesus, he doesn't have legs, hands, but still he achieved his goals through the help of Christ. So we also have a God, we also have a Father in heaven. As Paul says, we all can say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Can all of you say along with me, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me? Say it again. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, whatever be the situation, whatever be the circumstances. Don't look on the circumstances. Don't look the hurdles. Don't look that persecutions or difficult situation around us, your health issues. Don't look at anything of that. Just say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. May God enable all of you, all of us, to achieve our goals in life. God bless you all. Thank you.